Hello, Elly here from Thankful Flow Yoga. Thank you for joining me for another Mindful Mornings practice. If you're joining me here on YouTube, please make sure to subscribe to this channel and do comment and feedback to me on how you're getting on. If you're watching this on the membership, thank you so much for being here. Today we are going to be looking at moving into the Niyamas now. We've explored the Yamas so far in this morning's series, which you can go back through on this channel, and now we are looking at the Niyamas. So Niyamas are the internal behaviours that we look at as part of our yoga philosophy, and they're really nice kind of nice food for thought during these December mornings, or whenever you're doing these. Even if you're not doing these practices in the morning, just do them when it's convenient for you. So we're going to start today by actually coming into a kneeling position. However, if kneeling is not comfortable for you, then take an alternative seated position. This is an all levels practice, so I'm going to offer options and modifications throughout, so making the practice into what you want and need it to be today. So find that comfortable seat and then bring your hands into Dhyan Mudra. So we're placing one hand underneath the other, palms facing up, tips of the thumbs touching, or just rest the hands in the lap if you prefer. Close down your eyes or take a steady gaze out in front. And start to connect to your breathing. Noticing as you breathe in through the nose how the air feels. Does it feel cool or warm? Does your breathing feel free and gentle? Maybe it feels a little restricted or tight. Just observe, no judgment or labeling, no good or bad, right or wrong. So coming to the mindful part of this morning practice, mind you, all of it is mindful. But thinking about our Niyama today, our first Niyama, which is Saucha, which translates as purity and cleanliness. So in yoga, there's certain techniques called the kriyas, which are ways that some of us can use to cleanse and purify the body, which you can have a little look into if that's of interest. But today we're going to be thinking about the meaning behind this. So on a physical plane, purity and cleanliness is of course acts of self-care, self-love, looking after yourself. This could be things as simple as showering and general kind of personal hygiene. But you know, you can always, I don't know if some of you might have heard of doing a shower meditation. So when you're taking that time to take your shower or your bath, really being in the present moment during that time, noticing how the water feels on your skin, noticing how it feels to cleanse the body, and connecting to really being in the moment with that. And on a deeper level, of course, purity and cleanliness you know, can come to purity of thoughts and intentions. So checking in with yourself about your intentions behind your actions, and kind of coming from a pure heartfelt place with things. So seeing what resonates with you today. Take what resonates and leave what doesn't, as always. And opening the eyes when you're ready, just taking a steady gaze. We'll be flowing through some twists within this practice today, and a little bit of eagle arms. And twists are known to be very detoxifying for the body. So in our theme of kind of purity. So we're going to start today moving from our kneeling position into our hero pose. So really important to support yourself in this pose. So what we're making sure is that we want the thighs and the knees coming together, squeezing together, and then you're bringing your heels away slightly and you're bringing your hips down so that my calves are coming to the outside of my thighs, they're rolling out. So it might be, this is quite a strong stretch through the thighs, the piriformis. Now it might be that you need some support, so you're going to take this higher up. You can sit your hips down on a cushion, a bolster is a nice way to do it, or you're going to stack your blocks. And so you're still getting that positioning with the legs, but your hips are further away from the mat, or you're bringing the ground up closer to you. So find your positioning here, and then resting the hands to begin with. We're going to inhale, reach the fingertips out to the side. As you exhale, draw the hands in, bring your right arm over the left. You're either going to take a hug position here, feel that stretch into the back of the body and the shoulders, or from here, take your eagle arms if that's in your practice. So you can either bring the backs of the hands together, or maybe the palms of the hands find each other. And with the eagle arms, we're lifting the fingertips up to the sky, feeling that stretch into the shoulders. Draw your belly in, so belly button's drawing in towards the spine, strong through the core. So check in with the ribs here. If your ribs are wanting to flare out, really draw the ribs back in. Breathing here. Release the arms, float them back out to the side. Draw them back in together. This time the left arm comes over the top. Either take the hug or take your eagle arms. Reach your fingertips up to the sky in eagle. Check in with the ribs, using the core. Well done. Unravel. Bring the hands back down to the side of the body. Come away from your hero pose, moving your blocks out the way. If you don't have blocks at home, you can use books instead or get creative. So we're going to come down to your all fours position, shoulders above the wrists, hips above the knees. Ground through your right hand and start to tuck your left hand underneath the right. Bend through that right elbow, bring the left side of the head down, come into your thread the needle. Now if this feels too strong on the head and the neck, again you can prop cushions, blankets underneath the head to support you here, or take a seated twist instead if it's too much. Now with this right arm, see if you can reach that right arm up above the head, finding a further stretch here. Again, listen to your body. If it doesn't feel right, then just keep using that right hand to support you, keeping that hand grounded. You don't have to take the movements with this right arm. From here, option to then reach the right fingertips up to the sky. And maybe threading the right arm around, seeing if you can bring the right hand to the left thigh. Don't worry if that's not for you. Listen to your body. And starting to unravel, so make sure to bring your right hand down to the mat, press it into the mat to support you. As you release, come back to tabletop position. Pause here, take a couple of deep breaths. And then we'll start to move to the other side. Ground through the left hand, thread the right arm underneath, right side of the head comes down. Remember, seated twist is always there as another option. And then see if you can reach that left arm up above the head. So my left arm's coming to the side of my left ear. Finding that stretch here. Breathing. This is such a lovely one to do in the mornings, especially. Really stretching into the spine, but also the shoulders. Stretching all of these muscles in the back body, the rhomboids. And then see if you can reach the left fingertips up to the sky. Maybe you can thread this left arm around. The left hand comes to the right thigh. But no worries if that's not there for you today. Remembering in our last practice about freedom from the ego, stepping away from what the ego wants us to do or sometimes tells us to do, and really, really honouring what it is that you need in this present moment, this moment right now. Not what you think you should be doing or what other people might be doing, or even what I'm doing, what option I'm taking. Being present with yourself, taking the option that you need. Unraveling, bringing your left hand down to the mat. Support the body as you unravel back to center. Well done. Tuck the toes under. Inhale, hover the knees away from the mat. So just tiny, tiny movement, hovering those knees away, just igniting through the core. Through Mani Pura in our abdomen, our solar plexus, our third chakra. Exhale, release. Take a breath here. Tuck the toes under again. This time we're walking the feet in towards the hands. Bring the hands to the hips, keep some bend through the legs. Inhale, draw the belly button in, lift the chest, come to Tadasana mountain pose. Release the arms by the side of the body. Inhale, take a roll back with the shoulders. And then on your next inhale, reach your fingertips up to the sky. Send your left arm out in front as you twist to the right and reach your right fingertips out behind you. Follow with your gaze. So the gaze is coming over the right fingertips. You've twisted to the right. Twist really coming from the waist. Inhale, reach the arms back up to center. Exhale, come to the other side. So right hand's out in front, left arm comes out behind. Follow with your gaze. Keep breathing, never holding the breath. Inhale, reach the arms back up to center. Exhale, hands through to heart center, Anjali Mudra. So now left foot steps back. We find a high lunge. This back leg can be bent here. You could also drop the knee down to modify. Inhale, reach the fingertips up to the sky. Lift up and out from the pelvis. Exhale, float the hands down, and then we're going to cross the left arm over the right arm. Either take your hug or take your eagle arms. Reach the fingertips up to the sky. Lifting up and out from the waist. Now you're either going to stay with your eagle arms or your hug, depending on how this feels for you. If it's feeling quite strong, then you have the option to bring your hands to heart center instead. So we're going to bring our weight into this front right leg and see if you can find a warrior three. So just remember that this arm option is optional. You might be bringing your hands to blocks here to support you in your warrior three, or you reduce the range of movement. So imagine that back left foot pressing into something nice and active through the legs. Well done, keep breathing. And then unravel the arms, take a really big step back, open out into a warrior two. No worries if you needed to add in a couple of steps here, you absolutely can. Relax your shoulders, send your gaze over the right fingertips. Keep pressing the feet down and away into the mat. And then from here, we're going to float the arms over. Bring the arms to frame your front right foot. Step the feet back to plank. And we'll work through our chaturanga. So you're either dropping the knees down on the inhale, then coming into a cobra, or on your inhale, you move through into an upward facing dog. Exhale, we come back to downward facing dog. Lifting the hips to the sky, checking in with your breath. Inhale, sweep your left foot through between the hands. Reach the hands up to the sky, find your high lunge, left side. Remember, you can drop your back knee down if you need to. Float the hands out in front, and then this time right arm comes over the left. Either take your hug or take your eagle arms. If you're taking the eagle arms, lifting the fingertips up to the sky. Breathing. Breathe into any wobbles and shakes. This is all building your strength, your joint stability, your balance. And then either unraveling the arms and grabbing your blocks here, or taking hands to heart center. We're going to find our warrior three, left side. So right leg's coming away from the mat. Imagine pressing your right foot into something. Keeping the hips square. Breathing. Now we're going to release the arms, take a big step back, open out, find your warrior two. Send your gaze over the left fingertips. Relax the shoulders, press your feet down and away into the mat. Gaze coming over the left fingertips. Well done. Bring the hands to heart center. Step the feet in. So we're back into Tadasana mountain pose. Either keep the feet grounded or come up on the toes. Hands are at heart center. Slowly start to bend through the legs. You can squeeze the thighs in together here to lower yourself down to the mat. Bring your hands down if you need to. Listen to your body. And then when you're ready, bring the hips down. And hands are going to come behind the thighs, or you're going to have them at the side. Draw your belly button in towards the spine. Keep that space across the chest. Lift the feet away. Find your Navasana boat pose. Breathing. And then seeing if from here, again, if you need to use the hands to support you, please do. We're going to start to lengthen through the legs and lower ourselves down to the mat, but using our core, hovering the feet away, hovering the arms away, and finally releasing the shoulders and the head and the legs down to the mat. Well done. Bend both legs in. Reach your left arm out to the left side. And then drop your knees over to the right. So we're finding our supine twist. You can adjust the hips as much as you need to. And drop your gaze over to the left. Watching to take the hook with the legs. You can hook your left leg over the right leg here to intensify the twist. Only take that if it feels good for you. You can start to close off the eyes or take a steady gaze. Let your body weight sink down into the ground. Start to relax all the muscles, the joints, the connective tissue, everything that's there. And observe any areas of resistance, any areas of tension. Be the watcher of those areas. Notice them. Try not to judge them. Practicing on non-judgment and acceptance. You'll find that the more that you relax and let go, the body will naturally do what it needs to do here. Flowing rather than forcing. Unraveling the legs, drawing them back to center now. Pausing for a moment, just letting the spine settle in between. We'll make our way over to the other side. So reach your right hand out to the right side. Drop the knees over to the left. Take any leg variation that feels good for you, and then drop your head over to the right, closing the eyes if that's comfortable. As you exhale, just imagine releasing and letting go of any tension, any stress, anything that you're ready to part with. And as you breathe that out on every exhale, know that you are making space in the body, the mind, for that new energy to come in, to be received. So by letting go, by surrendering, by releasing, we also open ourselves up to receive more of the energy that we want to bring in. One more breath here. Slowly start to unravel from your twist. And then I want you to roll your body over to one side of your mat, whichever side is most comfortable for you. And from here, just gently bring yourself back up to your seated position. And slowly opening the eyes, coming back into the physical body when you're ready. And as always, if you have longer to take a longer meditation or shavasana, then I definitely recommend that you do so. If you're ready to finish this practice, then thank you so much for being here. Please do comment, feedback to me. Share these videos. Please do subscribe to this YouTube channel. It really does make a big difference, and I really hope that you are enjoying this series. Do check out the other videos if you haven't managed to do them yet, and there's more to come, and much more to come in January as well. Check out the link below to the other things that I offer, live online yoga retreats and more, and yeah, I can't wait to see you again very soon. Bye bye.